Nigerians, fellow Kwarans, for how long shall this continue? Ìgbà wo la tó fẹ́ bọ́? Ìgbà wo la tó fẹ́ bọ́ nínú ìgbèkùn yìí? When will our deliverance come? For how long shall these deadly acts continue? For how long are we going to be under this fear of terrorists, bandits, and killers? The recent incident at Woro in Kayama local government of Kwara State brings a lot of questions to mind. Many were killed. I watched a video where a man was saying that they have buried 178 and they are still counting their dead bodies. They were doing mass burial. And I want to ask this fundamental question. We heard that the people killed there were Muslims and that the killers were Islamic jihadists. So, my question is this. How many factions of Islam do we have? 2. Is Islam indeed a religion of peace? Have not come for that at the moment. But the fundamental issue is this. For how long shall we continue to be under the fear of kidnappers, bandits, killers, and whatever name we call them? Because there are a lot of names now. ISIS, ISWAP, and the rest of them. And one fundamental thing is this. I'm only asking questions. Why are all this connected to a particular religion? It's still a question that I am raising. Let me come back home to Kwara State. For how long will these terrible acts continue? Of recent, of course, around Kwara South, Igbomina land, we saw in news, we read in news, that military operations were in the forests and walking over there. But I have a surprise, and this is my surprise. During that activities, I have not come across the news that will tell me that there were victims of these kidnappers that were rescued. Even in the midst of that, ransom was still paid to get the release of some who were in the hands of these kidnappers. And as we speak, we still have a lot of our people in the hands of these kidnappers in Kwara South. So I ask, that last military activity or the ongoing military activity, why has it not led to the release of those in the hands of kidnappers? Or have they relocated before the arrival of the military? I am only raising questions, food for thought. And as a matter of fact, the Kayama incident, especially that of Woro community, is such a terrible act. These people, according to news, started their operation in the evening, 5 p.m. That was what I read in the news. And they operated like that throughout till the second day. I read that they still came back the second day and they operated. And my own surprise is this. It was after all of this has been done that the government came around. It's a usual thing in our land. It's a usual thing in Kwara State that it is after the deed must have been done that the government will come around. I call it medicine after death. Medicine after death. Kéèyàn ó máa lo oògùn lẹ́yìn ikú. Ẹjọ́ kí ló bá? Kí ló mú wá? When the government should have been proactive in order to forestall, to avoid that thing from happening, it is after it has happened that in Nigeria, my country, the government will now be identifying with the family of the departed. This is terrible. This is terrible. In a nation where we have government, and if you don't know, it's a big slap. Nigeria, giants of Africa, still depending on aid from foreign nations. And why won't foreign nations come to our aid? In fact, we need that aid, though. We need it to put an end to this mess. But I still ask, when will this come to an end? I'm taking us somewhere. I'm taking us somewhere.